Mediocrity Podcast, Season 4, Episode 1. I'm going to talk about things I wish I knew when I was starting my career. Now, I'm a senior person in a large professional services firm, and obviously didn't start off that way. Frankly, didn't start off having any clue that that's what I wanted the direction of my career to take, but that's where I am at the moment. And I thought what I would do is, first of all, I'm not going to share specifics about my job because that's private. However, I am going to share learnings and experiences and things I've seen others learn and experience that I think will be helpful for you. So let me talk about my career. Let me talk about why my career might be relatable. Well, first of all, I had no idea when I was graduating college what to do for a living. In fact, those of you who listened to, I think it was an episode I did in season 3, you will know that I went to college at the George Washington University in Washington, D.C., and I went there as a pre-med major. Now, I probably had no right being a pre-med major because I was kind of like a middle B student in high school and who had middle of the road SAT scores. So not the likely background for someone who is going to ultimately become a doctor. But I grew up in a family that said, you can do anything you strive to do, be whatever you want to be. I knew I liked working with people. Why not help people with their health? I was going to go pre-med. Well, it took a C in Intro to Bio, a C in Anatomy, a D in Botany, and a D in Organic Chemistry for me to quickly realize that A, I was on academic probation, and B, I wasn't going to be a doctor. So my father said to me, Mitchell, I'm willing to pay for an undergraduate degree. I'm willing to have you graduate with an undergraduate degree without student loans. And I am eternally grateful to my father for that. He also said, you better get that degree in 4 years or I might kill you. So here I am on academic probation, clearly not going to be a doctor, and I'm saying, oh my gosh, I better get a degree in 4 years. Now, Pop didn't tell me what I needed to get a degree in. He didn't say what I had to get a degree in, so I chose English literature because I knew I liked reading and writing, and I knew as an English lit major I could spend most of my studying laying in bed reading, and then after the book was finished, getting up and not on my computer, because it wasn't a computer world back then, but on my typewriter, type up papers, and then repeat. And I wouldn't have to take tests. Became an English lit major, graduated in 4 years, and quickly realized, what am I going to do with an English degree? I don't want to be an English teacher. I don't want to be a writer. I don't want to apply to law school, which some of my English lit major friends were doing. So what was I going to do? And I ended up working in a professional services firm in a very specialized area of tax that did not require an accounting degree. All it required was someone who showed up at work and was willing to learn and willing to work hard on how to prepare tax returns, and that's where I started. And I knew I loved it. I knew I wanted a career in it. And the thing I loved the most actually was dealing with people on my team and dealing with clients. The tax rules I could have, take it or leave it. But the people aspect of it and the challenge of working hard and learning new things was really exciting. I went to night school for accounting. I ended up on academic probation. I was working very hard at work. I had a young baby at home, and school became my distant last priority. Long story short, I never did finish the master's program. I got asked to leave the program because of my grades. I found a really great advisor who said, rather than going for the master's degree, how about just taking a few more classes, take them undergraduate, and you will have enough accounting credits to sit for the CPA exam. So that's what I did. Look, I think I failed it at least 4 times before I passed it. You know what CPA stands for? Can't pass again. Pass it once and you're good. So I'm still a CPA all these years later. You can't advance in your career without being pretty good at what you're supposed to be doing. So it's not like I was bad at taxes. I mean, I'm pretty good at it. But The thing I really think helped me in my career was being someone who is easy to work with, someone who is a good teammate for my colleagues, and someone who my clients knew they can count on to get work done right, to get it done on time, and someone who would pick up the phone when they called, even if they called at off hours. I was there for them. So what's my point here? My point here is when you graduate college, you don't really need to know what you're doing. Secondly, even if you do know, it could change. Failure is part of life. So I failed quite a few times in that story, but I picked myself up, I kept going. I also found the things that I was really strong at in my field and things that I was maybe mediocre at in my field. And I tried to make the mediocre things a little bit stronger. And I tried to identify the things I was good at. And I tried to really capitalize on them. When I really hit my stride in my career was when I was focusing a lot more on people issues. I'd already kind of minimized my weaknesses or strengthened my weaknesses, but capitalized on my strengths, then my career went even further. So with that, I'm going to wrap up episode 1 of season 4 of the Meet Mediocrity Podcast, the entire season being about career building or things I wish I knew when I started my career. I look forward to hearing from all of you. And as I always say, I wish you much happiness, much wellness, much peace, and much health. And until next time, take care, everyone.